The finalists have presented their collections past, present, and future.
How much is the cardigan? $4,400 retail.
She's been lubed up all the way, so.
Okay.
Throughout this process, we are constantly evaluating the designers.
He was a bit stubborn. I didn't see a lot of fashion in those shoes.
It's not ready.
Well, let's wait and see.
The next challenge for the designers is to come up with a creative marketing event.
What we're going to be presenting is an obstacle course.
A visually layered surf opera.
We are going to take over a psychic.
I think very exciting, but I don't know who you are.
None of them worked.
I don't agree. I think some of them work.
I just want it to be over.
The designers are also going to receive site visits from the judges.
I'm waiting for Anna and Mark to come for the studio visit.
While I'm waiting, I'm gonna keep sweeping and cleaning.
Starting to freak out a little bit.
You guys are earlier than I expected.
Every year, hundreds of young American designers apply for the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund.
The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is really the first of its kind, and indeed the only one of its kind.
Anna Wintour from Vogue, Diane von Furstenberg, Jenna Lyons from J. Crew.
Those people can make your career.
We want to support designers that are going to be the future of American fashion. If you look at the landscape of American fashion, it is filled with designers that have been through the Fashion Fund.
Winning the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is like winning an Oscar. And at the end, the winner gets $400,000 and a mentorship with an industry leader.
10 designers, 4 months, 1 winner. This is the Fashion Fund.
This year, we developed an experiential marketing challenge.
Welcome to Kate Spade and Company.
It's so important that the designers ensure that their brands have a strong identity.
We're introducing them to people who have done this before, who are really skilled in marketing in unexpected ways.
It's something we've done at Kate Spade New York, and it's really allowed us to build our brand.
We share our experiences at Kate Spade New York about how we've creatively done marketing that doesn't always cost an awful lot, but has a huge impact.
We've done crazy things like take over an entire London townhouse, or we built an igloo in Bryant Park. So they can be really extreme, but they make you smile and they connect people to your brand. So we're going to invite you to come up with your own idea of a happening, something for your own brand that makes you stand out from a crowd. Today I'm here with the wonderful Pamela Love. Through experiential marketing, she's really built an incredible brand.
We're all really small brands, so we have to figure out can we create these experiences on a budget.
Pamela Love is a jewelry designer. She was a runner-up for the Fashion Fund in 2011. She decided that instead of showing a regular presentation during Fashion Week, she would do a tattoo parlor.
We set up this space to sort of look like an old-time tattoo parlor, and we designed tattoos that are inspired by the collection. And we invited editors and press and stylists to come get a tattoo. And it just became such a buzz. It ended up trending on Twitter.
And it really helped to get people talking about my brand. An experiential moment can give you opportunities and stand out in a way that makes an impact. Like Pamela was talking about the tattoo parlor. That made noise.
The designers will have just 1 week to come up with a marketing concept to show the judges.
The events need to cost no more than $10,000 to execute. The event should be presented in an 8 to 10 slide presentation so everybody knows up front who you are and then can see how that has translated to your experiential marketing event. Thank you guys very much and best of luck.
It's one thing to have a great business and great clothes, but there's lots of people with great businesses and great clothes. What is your idea to show the world in one event as much as you can about your brand?
So goals, raise brand awareness, make noise.
So what we wanted to do with the challenge was develop like an obstacle course / boot camp.
We're thinking about partnering with Uber.
What I want to do is actually bring artisans from Africa to America.
How is your brand going to break through to the next level?
While the designers are preparing for their challenges, they're also going to receive site visits from the judges.
We really do throw everything at them at once.
What about like this? Like all of that? Right now I'm waiting for Anna and Mark Holgate to come for the studio visit. Definitely nervous. This is not okay. Looks crazy. Like, could you imagine she walks in and just like gets blue paint all over her? Because it could happen. I walked into the store one day and I was like, Anna Wintour is coming. I don't really like the floors, so I guess I'll just change that. And then it just sort of snowballed. And we were here at the store literally at 5 o'clock in the morning, like pulling nails out of cement. If one of these clocks dies, I'll have the other one to sort of give me a gauge of when Anna's coming, which could be any minute. Starting to freak out a little bit.
Hi, how are you? Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. The floors are still in a little bit of a reno state. I apologize.
You just redid the floors, or?
Yeah, so this is kind of, how I display everything. What you're seeing here is a mix of spring, summer, as well as some autumn, winter that has started trickling in. This is, for women, been our best-selling shoe so far this summer.
Do you have any spring samples in yet?
I don't. She was like, oh no. It's like you just told your mom that you're 15 and pregnant.
What are you going to do during New York Fashion Week?
I'm going to have my first ever presentation.
Okay, we do it here.
I was thinking Pier 59.
Just make sure it's central.
You can't question it when she's like, Pier 59. And you're like, no, Pier 59, never. Just forget I even ever said that.
It's also to show what the artisans that you're working with, what they're capable of producing. That it's not actually just a simple slipper or a kind of furry slide. You can actually also make these incredible gladiator sandals. Right. And then maybe you do a much more a knee-high version of the desert boot or something.
Right.
Or,
an ankle with a interesting design.
I'm like, oh my God, I need to scrap my entire collection and just do short ankle boots.
Great, so nice to see you again.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming by, you guys. It was such a pleasure. I'm glad you liked the store.
Thank you so much.
When you're a designer and you're just trying to put something out there that you hope people respond to, and then you have the opportunity to get feedback from someone like Anna. I mean, what more can you really ask for, She's amazing. That gave me chills.
Oh, that looks always charming.
Yeah, she's got a lot of great energy. At this stage, really, we're trying to put together a picture of who they are, and that picture builds. We get another piece of the puzzle as we go along.
Going to visit them immediately gives you insight into who they are.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how old New York this looks.
Absolutely.
I'm here at the Seamstress on 75th Street in New York City, checking out this space as part of the Kate Spade Marketing Challenge. What I love about this space is it kind of harkens back to the days of old New York. I love the idea of these old, kind of iconic New York nightclubs. I'm very influenced by family photographs. My grandfather has been kind of a big influence on the collection and the brand's aesthetic. He ran around New York City in the 40s and the 50s. What I thought would be amazing and so on brand is to kind of recreate one of these nightclubs. Putting myself in the guests' shoes just for this 1 minute really makes everything come alive. Anna Wintour is coming to visit today to see what gypsy sport really is about. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna keep sweeping and cleaning. I'm a little nervous.
We're looking at their environment and what it says about their design aesthetic and how they present themselves to us because we're coming into their world.
Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for coming to my studio. Very nice to see you. And Mark, of course. You guys are earlier than I expected, but it's actually good.
It is?
It is. So this is our studio. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a tour.
Okay. Where'd you find all the fabrics?
Actually, I have a really good deal with my factory, which is right next door. They have,
right behind the wall?
Yeah, they have a ton of...
One-stop shopping.
It is. Fabrics that have been sitting there for 20 years and it's kind of dead stock that no one touches. And
so they let you just use it?
Yeah.
That's great.
And I actually save money. They give it to me at very, very, very cheap. So,
right, that makes sense.
And I'm all about a good deal. Kind of expected the white glove treatment, looking for dust and calling me out. And there was none of that. To be honest with you, it's how I started. I took my own clothes and just made new stuff out of it when I couldn't afford it. I wanted to be a designer for my whole life, but never took school or could afford it. Not that it's a sad story or anything, but it's a dream to be having a studio in Midtown, making a clothing brand out of nothing, and having Anna Wintour visit my studio. The entire thing is dreamy. She even sat down. I wasn't sure if she'd have a seat, but she did. And I'm excited for the Kate Spade challenge.
Yes. Well, that should be right up in your wheelhouse. It's obviously very street what you're doing, so don't move away from that. With a presentation like that, you have to show that you can be professional and think things through, and that you understand business. All right. Well, good luck with everything. Thank you for having us.
Of course. I think Mark and Anna really got to see where we're starting, that we are actually literally and figuratively an underground brand.
It's a very revealing half an hour that we spend with them that you learn a lot. He understands that sort of sportswear from the street point of view, and I really enjoyed talking to him.
Yeah.
Our concept was a takeover of MoMA PS1.
So the centerpiece of the PS1 event would be a panel of women, tech, music, art, fashion.
As a woman in this industry, my goal is to empower other women and to support other women. As like a teenager, I felt creative but very weird and like in a sense alienated inside myself, and maybe I didn't understand why or who I was. Senior year, I was like, I just want to do what I want to do and like not care if like I'm uncool or I look stupid or like no one likes what I'm wearing. Like I just reached this limit and kind of like set me on a whole different trajectory. That's where Chromat all started. It's about like getting to the place where you as a woman feel strong and powerful. People will walk away inspired, ready to go take over the world in their Chromat.
How the designers perform in every challenge is important.
I think guys are tricky. Like, I mean, what is it that guys want to go out for?
The makeup technician is actually applying her makeup on the go.
I don't want to have my eyeliner applied in a moving car.
You should do programming in the dome. I don't like the dome.
Don't be nervous, we'll be fine.
Do you think we're gonna get all this in for under 10K?
Good morning, what's going on?
Today is the day that designers will be presenting their concepts for the Kate Spade Marketing Challenge.
The waiting is the hard part. Do you feel okay? You look frazzled.
They have been tasked with creating a marketing event that has the most impact within the budget that they have been given.
This is only $10,000. It's got to be something sharp, pointed, that's going to make some noise and ultimately represent your brand.
Basically, like wherever you are.
Oh, I see. So it's like Google Maps.
Yeah, exactly.
It feels like the Hunger Games a little bit.
There's like all these like cool locations that we could pop up this event in that I'm gonna present.
It feels like everyone's like, you know, trying to win.
Especially if you have like the headsets on, like it's insane.
Something that I want to get better at is presenting and standing up in front of people that I respect and admire and being able to be myself and show them who I really am.
And Kyle went to head up.
So I'm Jonathan Sumkai. I'm really bad at presenting, so I get really nervous, so bear with me, I'm sorry. But this is, I guess that we saw, sorry. I wish I wasn't as nervous, I'm sorry.
You're completely fine.
So the idea was to create an Uber vehicle where the Johnson Way woman could go on her app, order it, and then we'd come in and give 75 outfits to women over 5 days. Look.
Gifting them the clothes or selling them?
Gifting them the clothes. So that's in the cost. We budgeted $6,000 for clothing. The idea was where the trunk came up, a curtain would come down and it would create like a fitting room experience so she could then sit there and try on the clothes, and then I'd be there to help her. The idea of like, am I gonna get naked right now and get dressed in the back of this car? So giving them that like excitement. I guess that's it.
As an experience, that seems quite intense. Opening the trunk and getting changed in the street. That worries me a little bit, to be honest.
I disagree. I think that we might just get girls who are really excited to have somebody dress them up.
I think if you could keep brainstorming this, you'd iron out some of those creases, but I think it's interesting, exciting, it's perfect for your brand.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
He understands his customer, and he really got to the core of what would make her excited.
Yeah, I agree.
I need someone to be massaging my shoulders right now. My name is Becca McCarran, and I design the architectural, swimwear, lingerie, and sportswear label called Chromat. Our clothes represent this sort of fully realized, strong, powerful, intelligent woman who's doing it for themselves. And so that idea draws people to Chromat. With that in mind, the event that we've created is a takeover of PS1. And PS1 is an art gallery. One thing we really want to do is a panel discussion. People who are at the top of their industries will be able to speak about how they got there, what inspired them. In this event, I really want to take the opportunity to give back and to help the next generation. So it's this amazing kind of process. That's it.
You have these really strong women speaking at a panel. While I want to hear their origin stories, I also want to hear about things that really relate to your product.
You have to tie it back to Chromat. The giving back thing is all good, but it's not really about giving back necessarily at this point. It's really about getting something for Chromat out of it.
Thank you. All right. Woo! Finished!
How'd it go?
It was so fast. I felt like I was talking way too fast. No one understood. What we were doing is like, we're growing that client into a Chromat woman.
Spread the things. Marketing is actually one of my strengths. I come from a merchandising background, so I know how to get people's attention, and I'm hoping that our big break comes with this challenge. Good morning. I'm here to present Cirque de New York to you guys. Essentially, what Cirque de New York would be is a community carnival. I want to take over the High Line. We have caricature artists, breakdancers, face painting, a henna artist, an animal balloon guy. So all the things you'd see at like a kid's carnival, but you know, for adults can hang out and celebrate that way too. I added all of my friends who are like models maybe, like brand ambassadors who are not the ideal fit or look of a model, but they all wear Gypsy Sport, they're my friends, and they're all cool as hell.
Did you say noddles?
Noddles, yeah.
What is a noddle?
Non-models.
Never heard that.
It's pretty impractical, the High Line. It's very expensive. It's got a lot of limitations. That would be my only thing.
Thank you so much.
His was definitely not achievable, but it was brilliant for his brand. He wanted to do it on the High Line. High Line's like 150 grand for a day.
How was it?
It was good. It was really nice. So here we go. I haven't done a whole lot of marketing, so I couldn't even say if it's a strong suit, but it is just, it's about communicating things, so I hope I can communicate some things. Yeah. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thaddeus O'Neill is a New York-based menswear brand. The brand builds an aspirational lifestyle around surfing, Surfarama, a visually layered surf opera. Imagine 2 or 3 guys building up these body architectures on the sand, and people start joining them, and then next thing you know, you have this pyramid of people. We're in this beach environment, then a cardboard set design being installed, and then a guy comes up on another box over here, and he starts playing the ukulele. And then, as the finale, we have 15 men, women, and children in metallic pink sequin suits enter the water, have the Surfarama finale. Surfarama, build press and media coverage across all social media and digital news outlets by inviting young industry influencers, editors, and bloggers, while also creating a spectacle.
Do you feel that this budget is realistic?
I do, because I'm really calling upon my friends and family.
This looks like a $150,000 project.
Yeah.
If you can do that for $9,000, hats off to you.
I mean, it's the actual surfing that I'd love to see.
The boards would be donated. We're going to be using sponge boards.
You're banking on a lot of sponsorship and a lot of donations.
I am banking on a lot of sponsorship.
To critique a little, I think there's maybe too many ideas.
Thank you.
Those are yours to take.
If you'd just done the guys surfing in pink sequin suits, there was enough.
How'd it go?
Blackout. I don't even know. Thanks.
It was ambitious, but maybe needed to be edited.
Yeah, same.
Don't be nervous. My ideas are good and simple.
Designers have to be successful not only in how they create something or design something, but how they sell something. So this marketing challenge really lets us see how they think about their brand, positioning it, and trying to sell it.
It's virtual reality.
I think very exciting, but you forgot to tell us who your brand is.
My concept is a pop-up workshop.
It was a little flat for me.
Our event should create a simple obstacle course.
How many people would want to do an obstacle course in the middle of the day?
What I decided to do was to bring one artisan, each from South Africa, Kenya, and Morocco, to the Brooklyn Flea.
My only question, just honestly, is whether somewhere like Brooklyn Flea Market is the right place.
I agree with that.
There was a lot of feedback about like, why did you choose the Brooklyn Flea? Which I thought was weird because to me, it's super on brand. That was fine.
Do you think I need this with me, or should I just look on the screen?
Like if it's all up on the screen, you can read right from the screen. That's what I did.
Good morning.
Good morning.
David Hart is a brand that offers cool modern tailoring with an influence of nostalgia. So the concept is to transform a space into an iconic historical New York City private club for a one-night-only David Hart brand experience. The atmosphere will be created by including actors, cocktail waiters, waitresses outfitted in David Hart formal clothing. This will be our invitation card that we'll hand deliver. The expected results are that guests will seek to recreate this experience in their personal lives by purchasing the clothing in the future.
Cool.
I really wanted there to be like a blackjack table or a poker table.
I liked it. I just thought it's very traditional. It's what a lot of people do. I was just waiting for one little spark that was very different from everybody's fashion parties.
I feel like the response was a little lackluster. They seemed to think it was just like another kind of cocktail party. I think they had a lot of good feedback and suggestions, so it's very helpful.
Bye guys, break a leg.
Good luck.
The stakes are definitely high. We also like to win. So I don't think Scott or I set out to do anything that we don't really want to do our best.
Hi everyone. Our brand, it's a blend of our kind of West Coast laid-back vibe mixed with our East Coast more grit and sophistication. So we are going to take over a psychic. We're going to curate the space. The inside will have our fabrics done in pillows and blankets all around.
And a lot of these things already exist for us. We do pillows and blankets for home, and they exist within our showroom. And so a lot of these things are already collateral that we're sitting on.
We've also designed tarot cards in a teepee. John and I will be sitting outside greeting our guests, and then 10 of them will be picking up in a little rickshaw. Like, we're not selling product to them, but they're feeling our lifestyle.
It feels very focused, it feels very simple, but I think that's the beauty of it.
This is like very similar to the concept for my bridal showers. It's so doable within the budget. And as a small brand, it's important to be realistic with what you can do with 10 grand.
It was brilliant. It's very, very you. I can't really pick any holes in it.
Nope.
All right. It was like perfect.
They're feeling it?
I think so.
Sweet.
I want to roll it out now, actually.
Sweet.
Like, make that happen.
That's awesome.
The result of this challenge is communicated to the selection committee and is all part of the final decision.
There was definitely a lack of simplicity in a lot of them.
I felt like Thaddeus and Gypsy Sport were a little too ambitious. They just went all guns blazing.
You're trying to create a world around your brand, but still, what is your brand?
The one that was maybe the weakest from that point of view was Chromat for me. I didn't totally understand what that was doing for her brand.
I feel like Baja East was the only one who was realistic in keeping it within the 10.
I felt like Simkai was too. The other thing I liked about the Simkai idea, which is that it's actually getting clothes on people.
Yes.
Which I felt like Baja East and Simkai were actually relevant to the budget and simple and sort of refined enough.
I agree with you guys.
Baja East, I think, if you had to pick a winner, I think was probably the better one. The marketing challenge was quite important. It was pretty telling, what they came up with.
Next week on the Fashion Fund.
Designers have kept up with their presentations and challenges well, but Fashion Week's coming up, and that's going to be their biggest challenge yet.
I need bubbles in that thing. I need that bubbles in. I need all the trees up.
Our clothes aren't all here yet, and the show's starting soon, so we're just like scrambling now.
Filter into your spot here.
The designers have to bring their A game to Fashion Week. The whole world is watching.
Not on. No. The dress isn't going. You need to fix it.